Good evening. Okay, today I am reviewing, what's the word for what I'm doing? Arguing against, I guess you could say, this video by Venom Fang X. I see he's returned, the real Venom Fang, not Gear Up, piece of shit, and Sean. The Meaning of Life, GCNTV.org, whatever the fuck that is, demonstration. So, I don't know what that means, but, okay. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, let us begin.
Hello there.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about the meaning of life.
Pretty fucking scary. Intimidating me.
Yeah, I know, it's a pretty intimidating topic after all, don't
Yeah, it is fucking intimidating. Coming at me like a lion.
we live in a modern culture where people have finished asking the big questions? I mean, didn't we already decide that there is no meaning to life, so we might as
When did we decide this? Life has whatever meaning you give it.
well just sit back, relax, enjoy a football game, and die?
That's exactly what I think on a day-to-day basis.
Well, frankly,
Why pick football? It's a random question, but why pick football? Like, watch football and die. That's just a real... I'm going to quote that from the rest of my life. Why football? Why not say, sit around and watch hockey and die?
I'm not satisfied with that answer, as much as I enjoy a game of football. You know, since the creation of man, people have been wondering, why on earth am I here?
Why are you here?
And I think there's probably a pretty good reason out there if we just are not afraid to ask.
I'm fucking afraid, man. I've never asked these questions because I'm too afraid.
So join me as we ask the big questions.
I'm not joining you to do anything.
And maybe, just maybe, we'll discover the meaning of life.
What is this shit? Fucking majestic backgrounds of clouds and the earth from a space and trees and mountains. And this music, it sounds like the Legend of Dragoon music. Like the intro to that video game back in the 90s. Late 90s, I do believe. That was a good game. This isn't a good video. Why all the mountains and like forests and lakes and sunrises and stars? It's like a Dragon Force song. How can I know? How fucking you know? This intro's too fucking long. I want to hear you like argue against atheism. I don't want to like watch mountains and clouds and moons. Ugh. I think he's finally gonna start talking.
Now don't get me wrong. I understand perfectly that the prevalent view of today is that we are the result of an evolutionary accident.
You're feeling an accident.
A cosmic burp that exploded into existence.
That's a gory way to describe my existence. I was burped. Exploded. Nasty words.
Billions of years ago. And that you and I are the result of primordial soup.
I am soup.
That oozed all those many years ago into all kinds of bacteria and...
He's using the most nasty words, or seemingly nasty words, you know, descriptive words that you equate with nasty things to describe evolution. I wonder why. Huh.
fungi and all
Fungi.
kinds of icky stuff.
Icky. You see what I'm fucking saying?
And that over just a unfathomable amount of time, we're here. How lucky. How
Well, fucking lucky that you exist.
fortunate. And now we're talking about it. I'm I'm not convinced that that's the case. But before I even give you any arguments on my behalf, why don't we take the alternative view, the view of the cosmic accident, seriously for a moment?
The cosmic accident is the alternative view? Alternative view to what? Oh, Christianity, you're right. Well, not just Christianity, but mostly Christianity.
And think if we can actually entertain that as a feasible explanation.
We can.
As to why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose I'd want to begin by pointing out that people who object to...
Before he says anything, I'd like to point out...
I'd
like to point out that his lip... he has the weirdest selection of lighting for this video. It's like he's telling me a spooky story with a flashlight underneath him. Why? Like his lip has a weird outline.
Such as myself, who happen to believe that there is a meaning and purpose, because I believe
there's a meaning and purpose to life per se. As I said before, life is as you give it meaning. And your purpose is to live. But I'm an atheist. I'm not allowed to have a meaning to live. What the fuck?
If there is a creator God who made us with a purpose in mind.
So what, God created us in purpose to kill each other? He's fucking sadistic.
Typically the objections to people such as myself go something like this.
I can't wait to hear this.
You only believe in God because you were told to believe in God since a very young age.
Pretty much.
Well, even if that was true, and it is not.
Yeah, it is.
Even if it was true.
Yeah, it is.
It seems to me that the argument here is they're trying to undercut one's belief by showing that the root, or the platform, for our beliefs is fundamentally irrational.
Logical fallacy.
For example, if I was to say, I believe that there are monsters under my bed.
Which there are.
Because I saw a television program.
Which I didn't.
That said there were monsters under the bed, you would rightfully point out that my reasoning for believing there's a monster under the bed is fundamentally flawed.
No, I wouldn't point out for that reason. I would use that reason and accompaniment for my main reason. My main reason is saying that I believe in monsters underneath the bed. I would say, why do you believe there are monsters underneath your bed? I watched a television program, and then I would say, have you looked underneath your bed and seen these monsters? No. Then why do you believe they exist? Because the television program said so. I wouldn't solely blame the television program. I would also blame you're fucking stupid.
Because at the basis of my belief is a false set of propositions created by a false television program. Now, if that works for individual arguments, if we can say that a belief is wrong because the cause of the belief is wrong itself, either by way of being irrational or an outright lie, it seems that all of reason itself, all of our cognitive functions, if based merely on a blind, accidental process, well, that would then undercut all of our reasoning altogether. Here's the argument.
What the fuck? You're jumping out at me. God damn. Changing positions. You can get close to me like you're trying to make out with me. God damn, homo. I don't like gay people.
In a nutshell, our beliefs are only as good as the reasons for believing them.
Pretty much. Like, your belief in God is only as good as the evidence supporting it. Because there isn't.
However, if nature is the only thing responsible for the construction of our brains, and nature neither contains logical or reasonable functions in the sense that it doesn't have a cognitive function.
Just because it doesn't have a consciousness does not mean that it has no logic. I mean, logic per se is a cognitive function, but nature doesn't have to have a cognitive function to be logical. I mean, logic is a human construction. Nature doesn't require logic to be correct. And it's still logical in a human sense because, I mean, we constructed logic. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off because I don't know if I'm about to run down on time or not, and your fucking intro is so fucking long. I'll just make a second video, or maybe even a third video, talking about fucking stupid one.